Welcome to the High Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Cupins. I hope you have a clean piece and a bowl packed ready for today's sesh that was recorded live on my Twitch stream. Don't forget to check out our partners, MJ Arsenal, makers of some excellent mini dab rigs and more. And check out Soft Glass. Their modular silicone glass hybrid pieces are easy to clean and hard to break. Also, check out Grinders for Life. Their Brilliant Cut grinder has 3 different grind plate options, so you can get the exact grind you're looking for. You can save 15% off with code CUPINS at mjarsenal.com, soft.glass, and grindersforlife.com. Enjoy the sesh.
I almost immediately forgot what we talked about earlier.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Look,
No.
It happens.
I was about to be like, cheers, we're here.
It happens. I just to see if we can jump through some of those algorithm hoops. There's a couple of things that I've heard, and I don't even know if they're foolproof. I'm mostly just testing, so... We'll see.
I think you're probably right about that, honestly.
But my last one got dinged, so I'm like, what can I do different this time? But dude, that's a fire shirt. I gotta say, I'm normally.
I had to break out the a personal fave for the.
No, it's a classic. No, I
for
like
the booty clapping crew.
There you go. No, booty clapping is the classic on the stream. I don't even have the actual alert that pops up on the stream just because I get raid bombed so much, but. I used to have the Patrick Star clap in the cheeks. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people on the stream that don't know about it. So,
Jerky, what up?
It's funny that you say that. But chat, for those that don't know, when I first started streaming, I think Cody is like one of the first streams that I followed, like probably the first 10 streams that I followed, just searching like weed and bongs on Twitch. I'm like, somebody's got to be doing something cool out here. Like, I didn't know you could smoke weed when I first started streaming, but then I started to get the sense that you might be able to, and then I found I think you just playing UFC games doing bong rips, and I was like, yeah,
sounds like my stream.
Yeah, I think, it's okay. Have you been doing any of that lately? I guess you haven't been streaming a ton in a while.
Yeah, I've been mostly over. I kind of switched over to YouTube a little bit. I've been doing Twitch a little bit, just like. I don't know, like the UFC community has been like so dead on Twitch that I've been more on YouTube lately. But, Twitch is still a little piece of my heart for always. Yeah. But
you're saying you're streaming over there on YouTube?
Yeah, I've been making videos and streaming over there. I'm never going to completely go away from Twitch, but just like you said, my community's MMA based, and they're all like, it's a tiny little niche audience on Twitch, and the game has been so trash the past couple of years that the community is dead. So,
the MMA communities, and it's on Twitter, it's on Reddit, it's in weird places, it's on Discord. It's not everywhere, so that's good that you find it. Have you tried multi-casting, multi-streaming?
I did do that a little bit, but and that's probably what I should do, man, honestly. I don't know why I don't just do that, but, then you have people that are like, oh, well, can you just do one so I can, like, communicate with each other? Because then you got, like, if my audience was bigger, maybe I would, but, like, I don't want to split an already kind of niche small audience,
Yeah, that's a hard one to balance for a lot of people. They're trying to figure out. I just pulled away from multi-streaming a little bit just because it just felt like more problems. Like streaming, I already have enough problems, and I'm like, now I'm trying to stream to like 10 different websites. Like, I can't do it. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing it there for a little bit, but I haven't in like a month multi-stream at least. But yeah, man, freaking, I see you're going strong, man. Killing it.
It's a session and streaming, just keeping them consistent. It's nice. We do the Twitch. I'm sitting at my computer getting ready to get high anyway, so may as well just fire up a stream real quick.
Dude, you know what I've been playing lately?
What's that?
Pal World. Who in this chat has played it? Have you played it?
Yeah, the Pokemon
Rip off. The Pokemon rip off.
Yeah, I mean, is it a ripoff? Like, yeah, but like the game is so different than what you've ever done in Pokemon that it's like, well, they just kind of took a theme of a game.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, the only thing that's a ripoff is like the actual Pokemon. Like, come on, you're gonna tell me that's not an Electrode? You're not gonna tell me like the pals are the only like ripoff. The game is like a lot different. It's like Minecraft meets Pokemon meets what's the other game I used for an example? I can't remember.
Arc, I heard a lot of people say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun though, honestly. Like, it is a little disturbing sometimes. I'm just punching this Pikachu in the face, like shooting it with an AK-47. Like,
I hadn't got to the guns yet. I only played it for like 90 minutes and I hadn't got to shoot anything yet. It looks interesting, but like, again, I don't know. Those games are a lot of work. Those are the ones you can put 1 trillion hours into. No problem.
Yeah, no.
You're like,
I've already put like 6 hours into it.
You got to do this and you got to do that. You want to build a better this and level up this, and you see all this in a video. Now you got to try it. It's one of those like too much.
No, I've been those games are really reel you in, man. Like, I was up at like 2 a.m. knowing I had to get up at like 6. Just like, I gotta upgrade my base, bro. I gotta upgrade my base.
Oh, it's
and then I got my fiance in there. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play for a bit." I was like, "Perfect. Collect some materials for the village."
I like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. And are you playing that one on stream or?
I haven't streamed it yet. I mean, I've only played it twice, but both times were for like 3-4 hours.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I probably will stream it a little bit. I just, like my stream is like, if I'm not playing UFC, people are like, "When's UFC coming on, bro?" Like,
yeah. Streaming's one of those things, like. I know that most of my streams are just chatting, like whatever you start doing or whatever you get popular doing or whatever you're consistent with. Whatever people have seen you doing the most, they want to see that. Bro. I'm used to that. So
exactly.
And UFC games for sure. And it's just like, bro, let me chill. Let me do something else. Like,
no, you have a sick community, man. Honestly, not just saying that because I'm in here. Like, your community's so freaking positive, dude. Like, it's so I actually literally never see negativity in your chat. You know how rare that is? Like,
it's here and there.
But like, compared to other streams, man, I've been on Twitch since, I don't know, probably like 6 years, 7 years. It's very rare that a streamer or like a community more so at like your size isn't like just every night with negativity. It's mostly just like a bunch of chill stoners.
I try really hard to chill, so it works out. It takes effort, but if you put the effort into it, you really can chill. So, no, I appreciate that.
Nah, for sure, man.
You said you streaming for 6 or 7 years. I know you'd had been on Twitch since like around the time that I'd started, or before when I started. So I guess I didn't know, but 7 years. That's a long time.
I think probably streaming for 6, but I was like viewing for like a year or two before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there any stream that you saw where you're like, man, I gotta start streaming? Like, I could just do it,
dude. I honestly, Bruce Lee Rob was somebody that I was watching. I don't know if you've ever seen his stream.
Sounds familiar. I think so.
He's another MMA streamer because I don't know why I just never really thought about it, but I was already playing the UFC games and sitting there and taking copious amounts of dabs while I'm playing, and then I'm like watching him playing. He doesn't even really smoke, but I was like, I wonder if I could. And at first, I used to do this whole thing, like, anyways, just lean out, and then people were like, you're good to just smoke, right? I was like, wait, really? And then once I knew that, I was like, well, why don't I just stream all my gameplay then?
Yeah. No, that's a good way to do it. Leaning off the camera. I I still see people do that every now and then, but have you seen like I guess a lot of different weed related streams over the years? I know I probably popped in your chat and was like, hey bro, I smoke weed on Twitch too. Like probably I used to do weird stuff in the early days of streaming to try to like connect with people, so I don't know.
You know, another one I like, the first person I think I saw smoking on stream and stuff was Wildlands. Do you follow him?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he really actually probably was one of the more like inspiration for me, like early on. Like I saw him and I was like, dude, this looks like a freaking good time, man.
Yeah.
He just plays whatever. You guys actually kind of are similar. He reminds me. You got a similar vibe.
Yeah, I've raided his stream a few times. He plays World of Warcraft 2, which is like, it's one of those games I've been addicted to forever. I'll try to play it as much as I can, but when I play it, like I say goodbye to like 30% of my viewers easy. They're like, all right, we're out. I don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
But I mean, it's pretty dope to have a community that isn't like, look, I'm gonna be real. My community, they're like, oh, you're not playing UFC? Peace, bro. We're here for the UFC.
It's like that, bro. It's like that. You gotta.
But at least your communities, well, they're here for you. My community is like, oh, you're not playing UFC?
No, they're here
Peace,
for
bro.
the bong rips, bro. They're here. Look, they want to take the bong. I gotta squeeze in the bong rips every time I'm playing the game. Like, hang on, guys, the round's almost over. I swear I'll do a bong rip. I swear. I promise. Speaking of that thing we just talked about, what's up? What you got? What you working with?
Oh, is it about that time?
I mean, it's about that time, but like, what you working with? What you got?
I mean, okay, hold up. Don't show glass though, right?
I mean, you can. I don't know. I'm trying to do like close-ups and like, I think it's AI that scans everything. I think they just get stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, couple little bong rips. I am gonna do something you hate and hit my nectar collector. Don't judge me.
Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. Do what you gotta do.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You're dead. You're secretly dead to me, bro.
It doesn't matter what you use. What you got. I'm just saying. I've used a lot of stuff, and I'm not gonna use that shit. Like,
I don't know why, man. Like, no, not why you don't like it, but I don't know why. But for me, it just. Like, it's just so easy, and I got so comfortable like carrying it around everywhere. I mean, it's rare you catch me anywhere without my little nectar collector.
There's that much nectar out there. You just got to collect it all, bro.
I'm trying to collect them all.
Collect all
just like my pal world. Yeah, gotta collect all my pals and all my nectar.
Shoot. You go to a shop, a legal shop to get your stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I go to Maryland. Oh, go across to. I guess maybe I shouldn't say that.
No, you're good.
Right over to the legal spot. But yeah, sometimes I have to make a little bit of a drive, so I like to just go and do all my shopping at once and stock the hell up. So
That's
because I hate. Yeah. So I usually like stock up and try to get like a couple different flavors, and then I've been eating a lot of edibles though lately, man. Like for me, I don't know how it is for you, but like edibles are like the one thing that can get me like on another level. Like, dude, I can take dab after dab after dab and just, speaking of which, and just be like fine. But then, like, if I eat too many edibles, bro, like, next level.
It's that different kind of high. It's as the kids say, it hits different. It's a different kind of high, long lasting, longer to kick in. But it just, for most people, it's not one you can reasonably do every day and achieve the
edibles?
same. Yeah, and achieve like the same high as you would with like smoking or something like that, you know?
Yeah, no, I think it is one of those that like your tolerance will start building up for it. But like every time I go a little bit without eating edibles, I get these little like it's crazy because when you buy edibles like off the street, it's like 5 million milligrams. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take 500,000 milligrams because that ain't nothing. But then you go to a dispensary, dude, and you'll be like Like, dude, I went there recently, and I mean, you know how I smoke. And I went to a dispensary, and they had like 40-gram gummies, and I was like, whatever. Ate like 2 of them, bro. I was like, I was like I looked drunk. I was like done.
That's that real high. It's the real
Like,
stuff.
I'm like, wait a second. You're telling me that I've been lied to when I was getting all these edibles in California that say like 600 milligrams. And I'm like, oh, I'll just eat the whole pack and I'm good. But if you go to a real dispensary and eat like even like 50 milligrams, I'm not the biggest guy, but I have a crazy tolerance. I'll take 50 dabs and just be like chilling.
Yeah.
But if I eat 40, 50 real milligrams, like from an actual dispensary, I'm knocked out, bro. I'm like in bed.
Yeah. It has more to do, for a lot of people, more to do with like their digestion rate. Like some people just, their body doesn't process the edible, so they just don't feel it barely, and it's kind of weird. But
yeah, I do have a friend like that.
But some people, yeah, you eat a small amount and bada boom, you're on the moon. So I wish I could get a more. I have to eat a lot. I'm one of those where I can get high from them, but I just got to keep eating them and eating them.
Damn, it's the opposite for me.
It takes too much. It's too much effort. I'm not that hungry. I can't eat that many gummies or chocolates or. And the thing about
like the
when
tinctures.
it's infused. Oh yeah.
The tinctures are nice, yeah. Because then you, like you said, you don't want to eat that much. It's like beer for me. Like I like to drink beer, but like I'll be like, all right, let's drink. And then after like 3-4 beers, I'm like, there's so much liquid in my stomach. I don't feel like drinking enough that is gonna do its job. Oh, yeah. So I'll just chill.
You're all bloated, burps and.
I'm literally living in the bathroom, just peeing, and 30 minutes later, I gotta pee again.
I was just talking about that earlier. Like, I don't even drink as much cider anymore. I've been on sparkling wine, which is like 11-12%, like twice as much alcohol. It's still bubbly, but I don't have to drink as much, and it's like it's not even that expensive. I get like some Snoop Dogg branded sparkling wine. It's like $12 a bottle, and it's like that's all I need. It's about what the 12-pack costs, or the 6-pack, excuse me.
Yo, shout out to Vapinators talking about Four Loko.
No.
Bro.
Nah, hey, he poured this out. Get him out of here.
I'm 29, so I was around, when I was like 16, 17. Hey, I don't approve of this. Don't underage drink. It's bad. But when I was doing it, which you shouldn't do, don't do it. Wait, drinking's bad, first of all, especially underage.
You're not talking to any kids. We got adults here.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Four Loko before they took the caffeine out, and you were just like ripped, just destroyed. Probably so bad for you.
Jesus, the caffeine. Yeah, I forgot they had caffeine in them. Isn't that the thing that was getting people with the Panera lemonade? Wasn't it?
Yeah, people were like, I don't know. Bad things were happening.
Too much caffeine, guys. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. There was like a smorgasbord of bad stuff. Like caffeine, and they're extremely strong. And then there's also like 1 million grams of sugar in it. So
the energy while drunk is wild, because I used to do Jaeger bombs. I don't know if you've ever done that, Red Bull and Jägermeister. Oh, yeah. It's like, what am I doing? I couldn't fathom doing it right now, but like I used to do it all the time, like, and it was just such an easy, like, I'm drunk, like.
Jaeger bombs are definitely dangerous, man. I can't drink that anymore though, because like, I don't know if it's like that for you, but if I have one terrible experience on like some sort of alcohol, then I'm done for that alcohol.
Tequila.
Like, I don't do tequila either, man. I honestly don't drink often, but when I do, it's usually like whiskey or bourbon, unless it's just going to be a couple beers. More often than not, it's just a couple beers. But if I'm drinking, I'll do like whiskey or bourbon.
There you go.
Probably just because I feel manly, You
do the whole. You got the giant globe of ice in the cut. You got the whole setup.
the one cube, and I'm like, dude, put me on the cast of Mad Men right now.
In my head, because as a dude, like you just know about stuff like that. Like you just like, pocket knives are cool, like whiskey's for dudes. Like, you just know stuff, right? I've always known about it, but I've never had a giant fucking whiskey cube, whiskey glass. I gotta try it one time. I know I won't like it. That's the thing. I know I won't like it. Where was the sip?
No, you'll like it. You're gonna fall in love.
Well, see, I like the fruity, flavorful. I like to drink and go, because I don't really drink like juices and stuff that often. I'm mostly just on the water all the time. So when I have a chance to drink some alcohol, it's just like just once a week, I go for the delicious stuff so I can hit two things at once.
Secretly, we all love the delicious stuff. It's just men are just have taught ourselves to be like, you gotta drink stuff that tastes like ass.
No, I gave that one up years ago. I'm like, look, I'm manlier than dudes drinking whiskey. I'm fine. We're good.
Yeah. No, that's the real way to be. But if I'm I'm at dinner and my girl gets a drink or something, like, I mean, I guess like whatever. Like, what is this fruity stuff? Let me just check that out. Oh, it's so good. So delicious.
Just get that. Like, there's no point in getting the thing that sucks. Like, I don't know.
Shot of bourbon, please. And I'm like, that goes down so easy. In my head, I'm like,
smooth.
Yeah, delicious, man. I'm like, God, I want one of those apple martinis so bad.
I stopped lying to myself with it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Like, I've had a lot of stuff. I don't know. Once I switched from, I think, going from beer to cider, it's like, bro, cider is actually delicious. You find somewhere you're like, it's so sweet and amazing. So
I'm gonna have to take you up on that. That's something I've like probably. I don't even know if I don't think I've had cider unless it was like I was like a kid and my parents were like, "Happy New Year's, here's the cider," and I was like 12. I'm like, this is beer. So like I thought I was like drinking real alcohol. I'm like this. I'm so mature right now. This is crazy. You drink it, I don't know if I'm the only one who was doing that. You're drinking the cider on New Year's with your fam. They got alcohol. You're like apple cider, non-alcoholic. I'm like with the bottle.
Get twisted, bro.
So freaking
get that
cool
sparkling
right
grape
now.
Juice too, like all kind of stuff. Yeah, there's not too many great ciders. There's a lot of them, but like I found like a handful that I really like, and I'll never drink a beer again if you got that. You have cider and they say no, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I send a message like, nah, you better have good stuff.
Damn, I'm gonna have to. You know what? Next time I drink, it's gonna be cider. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Let me try to pitch you because you're gonna get an Angry Orchard and be like, it was okay. Like,
oh, I've had Angry Orchard actually. You know what? Now that I say that, I've gotten like cider beers, like Angry Orchard, and what's the other one that's pretty popular?
There's Woodchuck or Strongbow.
Maybe I'm just thinking of Angry Orchard. I don't know. I've definitely had those.
Strombow's the one. It's British, I think. That was one of the first ones I had. Reds is not. Somebody's saying Reds in the Twitch chat. That one's an apple ale. It's appley, but it's technically not a cider. Although I couldn't describe the how cider's made, so it's not like I really know. I just well, technically.
Yeah, that's not real cider. I only drink any of my cider from Italy.
Yeah, there you go. But you dabbing every day though? We're not drinking every day, no. But are we dabbing every day?
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, it's funny you say that. I started smoking at 14. By 16, it was every day. And it kind of was like that my entire life. Like from 16 to 29, more days than not, I was smoking. And it's funny you asked that. And it's funny that like we're here now because, well, I just say that just because like a month ago, literally just a month ago for the first time in my life, me and my brother were like, yo, let's try. What if we tried like not smoking from morning to night all day and just see how we feel? And now I'm not going to lie. This is actually probably the least I've smoked in like 15 years. And it's been because I'm really only smoking like at night. still pretty much dabbing every day, but like, dude, it was at the point like before a month ago where I would all day at work, like in every hour, I'm walking out to my car taking 5 dabs, and nobody notices, nobody says anything because they've only ever seen me dabbed up. So like it was getting outrageous. Where it was like every hour I'm going out there. Sometimes I'm disappearing from work for like 45 minutes, and I'm in sales, so you can kind of get away with that because I still keep my work up. So I'll get ahead early in the day, and then I'll just be disappearing, taking dabs. And it's easy at my job to let that get crazy. So I've tried to be like, all right, like I've actually been recently, and we're really pulling the curtain back, but like I've kind of been in the weeds of getting this promotion lately, and I was like, I gotta be more reliable. So disappearing half the day to take like, and I'm not talking about sneaking away taking a dab. No, I'm gone for 30 minutes taking dab. All right, I'm gonna take 5 dabs. I'm gonna play 2 rounds of Clash Royale, and then I'm gonna go back and freaking kill work. And then 5 dabs. I go on a streak of Clash Royale, so I gotta keep going until I lose. Then I gotta take a couple more reward congrats dabs because I just won so many games of Clash Royale. Next thing you know, I'm 12 dabs deep, and it's only 10:30 a.m. You know what I mean? So I've actually kind of pulled back lately. On my off days, I do kind of just go a little crazy sometimes. But like otherwise, I'm waiting until I get home like an adult. And then I'm like, all right, I've earned this. What about you? How much you've been smoking?
Look, you kind of described what a lot of us do around here. I've been talking about this in some of my videos. We call it the old tolerance fix instead of most people do what you described, where they're at work just slamming 10 dabs in a row, barely getting high, like hoping like 1 dab should do it. If you're like, I'm going to do 5 real quick, that's crazy, right? 1 should do it. So it's like most people get into that where they're smoking all day, every day, and then it's like I can get 5 out of 10 high max, and I can maybe do it for a good portion of the day. I'm blasting through insane amounts of flower and concentrate. So we talk about, instead of taking a tolerance break, taking like a week or 2 off and then going right back to it, just wait till like 9 o'clock at night is when I do it. But just wait till a certain time at night and just don't smoke till then. And you're taking a break every day. But if you wake and bake every single day, like, say goodbye to your tolerance. You're gonna try to continue and ride that high all day, and you just can't do it.
And that was part of me and my brother's conversation to like chill. It was like, dude, I was thinking, I don't even know if I get high anymore. I'm like, I'll sit there, and especially when I was like, I mean, like I said, I haven't been streaming at like as much lately, but when it was like every day, I was just like, come home. And I would just be, I'd be going even at work, but then I'd come home and I would literally sit there and smoke like 40 dabs. And I would be like, oh, now I'm a little high. So it's like I would sit down and have a smoke session and I'm like, am I even getting high? Like,
that is a crazy feeling too, when you're like several dabs in and you're like, I'm just recovering my breath. I'm like, I'm struggling. But then you're like, I don't feel it though. Like, I don't, that is a wild place to get.
It's one thing if you're like, maybe this stuff isn't that good, but I'm like, no, this is high percentage. Anybody around me hits it like once, they're like, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to drive. And I'm sitting there hitting it 15 times and I'm like a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like,
I think for most people, they know if you just wait till the nighttime, like you notice results after 1 day. Like you notice if you just skip that first wake and bake. Like, and for you, did you notice it pretty quick, or did you do like a tolerance break, or did you just start cutting back?
I was gonna say, when we first made this decision, like this was literally like a month ago. That's why I was like, it's kind of funny timing because I've never done that. Besides when I was like 17 and I got arrested and I had to take a little time on like freaking drug tests and stuff. Besides that, it's pretty much been freaking, at least I won't say like I didn't always wake and bake, but by like the middle of the day till I go to sleep, it was on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would get some streams in where, I mean, we've had the dab counter up to like 100 on like a 5-hour stream. Like, that's ridiculous. Now, typically it wouldn't be that. It would be like 60 and like a 4 or 5 hour stream.
Yeah.
People would literally be like, come in my stream and be like, oh, wow, like, 25. Somebody hit the dab redeemer. Now, we are talking nectar collector dabs. So,
10,
I would say it's about,
health.
yeah. So I'm saying, it's a smaller dab than if I'm using my rig. But, I mean, that's
It's still
a
crazy.
lot.
It's still just say goodbye to your dabs. Like,
Yeah.
say goodbye to your concentrate. That shit's wild. Damn.
Yeah.
That you do it in between rounds, in between you're playing the UFC game, in between fights, like.
Dude, you've been in my stream, man.
Yeah.
It was getting crazy sometimes where it was like between the round, hit a dab. Fight ends, hit a dab. Like in the very least, it was like a dab before every fight. And that was like in the very least. Like, so, you get, 25, 30 fights in. I'm getting, and that's not including like loading time. Like, dude, there was like never a second where I'm not playing or dabbing, like one or the other.
Yeah.
You get 5 minutes of searching for a fight. I'm taking like 3 dabs during that time.
Yeah, now that makes sense. I think my hits take a little longer than like a regular.
Yeah,
throw.
exactly.
So it's like I gotta find the right time.
No, 100%.
That's a good way to do it.
It's different.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah, right here. Dang. All
It
that
is
vapor in
different,
4 seconds. How hot is that tip? Look.
I knew he was gonna hate. So I was like,
how hot is it? Look. This is another thing too. Like, you're at that heat, you're blasting through dabs, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I do use a lot.
You got through a gram pretty quick, like.
Dude, I wouldn't even know a gram because, like I said, I buy it in slabs. So, like, and again, I've slowed down. Like, the past month has been, and when I didn't even say that, I went on a tangent. But when we first started it, I did take like a week of no smoking, and then like the second week, I smoked only a couple times. And now I did cheat a little bit with a couple edibles, but smoking technically, now I'm just kind of mostly smoking on my like off days, and then like at night when I come home, I take a couple dabs, but I'm not going nuts anymore. Like, I'm sitting there, I get some UFC fights in. I'm like, all right, when I lose, I'm gonna take a dab. Then I go on too much of a win streak. I'm like, all right, you've earned a dab, but you got to use that both scenarios equals a dab. You know what I mean? Was how it was before.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to only if I win 5 in a row or lose. It's like that.
Yeah, I guess I don't even think about how many I'm doing in the night. I just think about when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
How many hits. But that's an interesting way to do it.
I mean, really, I'm exaggerating. I'm not with the amount of dabs, but I'm not always like, all right, 5 dabs, or 5 wins, I get a dab. But, sometimes I'm fucking around like that, but sometimes I don't even think about it. I'm just sitting there, I'm watching The Boys, and the dab kid is sitting on I have a little table that sits in front of me on the couch, and I'm just picking it up, and every 20 of my dabs, my girl will take 1 dab, one little baby dab.
Every 20. Oh, jeez.
Not literally, but
hey, I think watching something slows me down. Like, I forget. I like get so locked into the show or the movie that I'm like, oh, I was smoking, I was seshing. I don't know. I forget.
What have you been watching? You been watching anything lately, like any shows or anything?
On the Wednesday night on my stream, we do the Prime Watch Party. Like watching movies.
What was the movie you watched the other day? I saw you were talking about it.
Oh, Dirty Work. We watched it twice in a row. I've never done it, but it was only an 80-minute movie. It's just so fucking funny the first time. Like, I've seen it many times before, but
I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't think I've seen it.
It's like a classic 90s movie starring Norm Macdonald, R.I.P., directed by Bob Saget. A lot of people in there. It's so funny. It's so hilarious. But I was like excited to show my chat because it's one of my favorite movies. So I'm like, chat, I've seen this a bunch of times. Let's fucking watch it. And then after we watched it, I was like, no way we should watch that again, right? I did a little poll and like almost everybody voted yes. It was crazy. I was
That's funny.
You gotta do it, bro. There's only one
That's
chance.
Hilarious.
And the movies come off of Prime so quick sometimes that like if you're trying to watch it.
They switch it up, which is like good sometimes because they switch up it's not the same stuff every time, but it does suck because sometimes I'll add something to my list and be like, I'm gonna watch this soon, and then it just sits there and collects dust, and then it's gone.
Yeah, they need to have a timer on them or a countdown. Like, show me how many days I have left. Some of them kind of
actually is a great idea.
I think Netflix might show like this is gone on this date or whatever, but
you
don't always see it.
I don't know why they don't have like a countdown the whole time though. That would be nice. Like it just has a little 8 on the bottom right corner. You're like, oh no, 8 days.
Shit. Or like a color coded system for like an outline, something. Like let me know. Give me some.
That would be cool.
Give me some pressure in this situation. Like, no, watch this. It's gonna leave.
Well, they do have you covered there. I think they have a category now on Netflix that says like
soon.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's a great idea, honestly. Yeah,
that is a good one.
I've been watching like a bunch of friggin' crazy like documentary. Like, do you ever watch like crime docuseries or anything like that?
Sometimes.
You get all those hectic vibes.
I know my girl watches them a lot, so I just will walking by the TV, and then the killer murdered 7 more people in the house, and you're like, okay, what's going on?
That is like I just saw some funny ass meme of like your girl. It's like when it showed like your girl getting upset at like the slightest that or like oh my god just so something scares her so easily, and then it's like the next minute they're sitting there and it's like and then she stabbed her 47 times in the face, and your girl just
the most gruesome shit, eating popcorn,
just chilling.
Dang, no, they like it, bro. They like because they're the victims. They're always listening to one about a girl getting killed.
Dude, so this one's not like a murder thing, but if you want to see just an absolute mind bender, go watch. If somebody in here has seen it and they're gonna attest to this, I mean, I won't lie. The second season's kind of meh. It's one of those docuseries. There's like 5 episodes a season. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, I think it's called. If you search that, it'll come up. That series was crazy, dude. I don't want to spoil anything, but nobody gets killed. There is some hecticness. That show's freaking crazy, dude. I was watching that one recently, and it's like, it's kind of crime-esque, but it's not. Nobody gets killed. It's just a crazy story, man.
It's like nobody dies?
Nah, nobody dies. I don't want to spoil. I mean, I'll spoil it a little bit if you want me to, but it's kind of hard to explain.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like I'm gonna go watch it right now, so
no,
I might need a little teaser, but no.
So okay, I close your ears if you don't want a spoiler, guys. But little synopsis, I'll say this family adopts a girl who then for like a season you come to find out she's like. You're like, oh, this little girl's crazy, but also she's like 25. She's not a little girl. It's kind of like the plot of what is it called, The Orphan. But then you find out, oh no, she's not. She has this disease where she's not actually 25. She actually is a kid. She just looks like it, but she also it's crazy, man. I don't know. It's crazy.
No, I need. Okay, see, now I might want to watch it. I think like, before I need that.
So many twists. It's like, oh, this girl's like the girl from The Orphan. Oh no, actually, the mom is trying to do that. She's trying to make it seem like she's got the old orphan disease, and really, it's just an innocent little girl. Who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy? Find out next time. It's pretty crazy, man.
No, I think we got to check it out.
I need to start writing movie trailers for people. That was a really good job.
Yeah.
You know? Just the absolute worst explanation anybody's ever heard. They're
If I
like,
make
is this
a
guy
movie,
going to tell me anything?
But pitch me the trailer. We'll see.
This guy's told me nothing, but I'm in.
I'm in. He said something. He said, remember like The Orphan? I was like, yeah, I think I've seen that. I'll watch something like The Orphan.
Yeah. It's good.
Hell yeah.
I get into those docuseries. Like, I do watch mostly comedies, but then sometimes I'm like, I'm going to turn on like some crazy mystery crime murder doc. Or then the next day I'm like, I'm going to learn about World War II. Like, classic. I guess, I don't know. I mean, I was watching, there's a pretty cool like little docu-series on World War II on Netflix. I'll just be sitting there taking dabs like, whew. I won't say his name because we'll surefire get your algo taken down. But a certain guy whose name starts with a H, I'm like, whew, not a good guy, huh? This is AH has some issues, huh?
Yeah. But, no, there's a lot of those fucking series, documentaries. I used to get really high and watch just something that was going to teach me shit for hours, and you're just like, you're just getting fascinated by one subject or something, or multiple things.
No used to here. That's what I do a lot of times. Sometimes I'm like, I just want a silly goose time, and I'm just going to relax and silly goose time it up. But other times I'm like, let me learn about ancient Greece. And
let me expand my knowledge on the Greece, the Greeks.
I'm like, dude, I can't wait to drop some history fact on my stupid friends, and they're gonna think I'm so freaking smart. Like,
well, actually, the Greeks invented that back in, bro.
Yeah, I live for those moments.
Oh, that's crazy. A little factoid out of nowhere.
I'm like, well, speaking of push the glasses back, well, actually, it's a common misconception. I didn't even know where to go with that, but
no, it's a common misconception. You're supposed to push it up with the middle finger, so you're like,
oh yeah, you are right.
Well, actually, well, shit. So, a little shadow boxing there. How long you been doing martial arts?
Oh no, I was running and I was trying to run away the cough.
Oh, there you go.
You thought those were like devastating bus driver uppercuts? I can see it.
Bro. Devastating.
I was trying to run off the cough because I didn't want to cough on your stream. You're so good at not coughing when you take hits, and then half of my stream is just me like. I wonder why, right? It's so hot. That's what you want to say. So bad.
I didn't want to.
He was dying.
You wanted to say it so bad. He blurted it out. You didn't even give me a chance to mull it over. Like, devastating uppercuts.
Yeah, no, but you trained too, though, right?
I got a little you
experience. Did some. It was like a traditional martial arts, though, right? Wasn't it like Taekwondo or?
I used to teach that kind of stuff, but I've trained like jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and a bunch of other stuff.
Nice.
Which I've been to a lot of like random classes here and there, but I also used to train at like a couple different MMA gyms in Florida, and then when I moved to Colorado for a while.
That's dope. There's a lot of gyms out there in Colorado. Yeah. Speaking of like MMA community, I know you're not in the weeds and that, but did you see the drama going on today?
I saw you talking about something. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, you want to give us a little synopsis? It was like a Twitter troll versus somebody who trains.
No, honestly, he's not a troll. It's two content creators like in our little niche space, and one of them is a collegiate wrestler. And like actually trains jujitsu and stuff. The other guy is just like a guy who doesn't train, and like, hey, the kid's clearly tough, but like, come on, well, like Matt, you're not gonna beat a guy who's been grappling for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And my thing was, and you rarely, that's like the longest tweet I've ever freaking tweeted. Is a tweet now? No, it's post. That's the longest tweet / post I've ever made. But yeah, exactly, right? Like I've never called it X. I will never call it X.
It's too much work.
Twitter. Get out of here. I've been calling it Twitter for like 10 years.
Saw you posted some videos on X today. Anyway.
Yeah. No, that sounds like something I don't want my daughter on. But anyway, I guess I probably wouldn't honor her. But anyways, it's another story. No, so really, long story short, guy who's trained for 10 years, guy who did a little wrestling in high school. And my only thing was like, it was friendly banter. It's not like he was like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your family. It wasn't like that. So it's like, I think the guy who trained could have just like beat him and let it be done. But he literally picked him up and slammed him on his head like 5 times. And I'm all about like, people like should be careful talking to people online if they're not going to, like, if they can't face those words in person. I'm all about that. But at the end of the day, man, you had the guy clearly outmatched. Why don't you be a martial artist, be a gentleman, beat him thoroughly. If you want to embarrass him a little bit, cool, give him a little wet willy. But you didn't have to slam him on his head 5 times. You know what I mean?
It's crazy that you said that, give him a wet willy, because I was thinking that. I watched the video. It was like 7 minutes or so.
Oh, I couldn't even watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
I was cringing.
I didn't watch. I saw a couple of those, and I just kind of clicked through to see if it got crazy. Yeah. But yeah, that's what you gotta do. Don't fucking hurt a guy or try to do some damage to him or really try to flex your own ego. Give him a wet willy. Like I've seen that. Yeah. It's way funnier. It sucks. Don't actually. Head slams are crazy.
And he was messaging me after I made the post and was like trying to give me his perspective. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm not saying that you had to like let him win. I'm not saying you couldn't beat him. I'm not saying you couldn't even embarrass him a little bit. I'm just saying you're lucky he didn't get hurt, because when you slam somebody like that, just literally, I mean, they were nice takedowns. I was like, dude, at the end of the day, the technique looked good. You did a good job, but you could have just, for me, it would have been more impressive if you just did all that without breaking a sweat in 10 seconds. You slammed him one time. If you really had to slam him, I wouldn't even slam the guy. I would have just, you're so many miles ahead. Just double leg him real quick, choke him out. No, actually choke him out, but he'll tap.
Yeah.
Because they went, it wasn't like a street fight. They went on the mat. Like they agreed to it. So it's not like he like assaulted them. They agreed to have like a grappling match. But it's like, come on, within 5 seconds of watching, it was like one guy trains and one guy doesn't. Why don't you just kind of like be a gentleman, be a martial artist, take him down, end it. But you didn't have to like kill the guy.
Yeah. From a martial artist perspective, that's cringe. I think that you're right. Like, what do you do? I would never. Like, it's like beating up a kid. Like, just because you can do it, don't do it. Like,
I was like, dude, and he was like, I wanted to prove a point, this and that. I was like, you proved your point within 10 seconds when you immediately took him down. Like, it was so clear. And also, like, the guy was just trolling a little bit. Like, he's a small content creator. He wasn't saying like anything malicious. It was like, for the MMA community, he was like, I'm going to take you down, man. I don't care if you've been wrestling. I'm going to win. It's like, they both knew who was going to win that. Everybody watching, we all knew. It's like, come on, you don't got to kill the guy. But anyways, that was the daily thing in my niche little community.
Nah, yeah, I saw that. It's interesting. I definitely agree with your perspective on that. I mean, I've seen stuff like that before, especially in the past with like internet trolls challenging real professional MMA fighters, and then you see some of the videos where they're not really going out of their way, but to hurt the guy or embarrass him. They're just showing you, dude, I own you in here. I can do anything I want. Like, but going out of your way to slam him on his head multiple times, like that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. I still wouldn't do that. I still wouldn't condone it, but it would be one thing in some of those cases, like the Charlie Z dude. Do you ever see that guy's YouTube videos? That guy's crazy.
The boxing guy?
That guy, I don't feel bad. Like when Deontay Wilder was nicer than I probably would have been. He was going around like knocking out random guys trying to get a workout in a gym.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That guy was crazy on YouTube back when YouTube was like early.
I hated watching shit from that guy. Like, yeah. You'd see people repost it. Like, look at this. He would like hit people before they were ready. Sucker punch people.
He'd be like, oh, let's just do a little light spar. And then he'd go like 1,000,000% on some like unsuspecting guy that doesn't even box.
Yeah.
But
Call
then
himself the
Deontay
champion.
Wilder, oof.
Isn't that the one where he had the wrong glove on his hand, like 2 left gloves or something?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I just
Okay.
remember, the videos on YouTube. He did that to Deontay Wilder, and then like Deontay Wilder, he was kind of nice to him, but he still like he hit him with a couple punches. I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah, I don't think we heard much from that guy after that, though, right?
no, that was pretty much it.
Uh.
Yeah.
But that kind of content sucks, where you're just going out to be shitty to people. Like it's like prank YouTube videos where they're really being shitty to people.
Yeah, no, I don't like that prank stuff when they get crazy.
Yeah.
Like if it's all in good fun, but some of those are like so malicious. I'm like, man, that's not a good look, and like you're gonna regret when you might do that to the wrong person, and you see that sometimes. You've seen like that really backfire.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of those prank YouTubers that have shit they can't post because they got their ass kicked or somebody.
Dude, I saw
scolded them.
worse, man. I saw a dude get shot. It was on Twitter. Like some dude like going up to somebody in a mall saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then dude just immediately just
Wrong person.
yeah.
Yeah. There's some wild videos on there. It's hard to look at dang on Twitter sometimes. It's too much. It's too open. I don't want to see all that.
I know. I really do hate when I see like violence on there. It's like I like MMA, but I don't like even watching street fights. Like it's funny because once I started training, I stopped getting into like watching World Star fights and stuff like that. You learn the repercussions and you're like, I actually don't like this anymore.
That's very true for me too. The more you know, the more professional fighting you see too, the less you want to see like just 2 random strangers. Like these guys suck anyway. Like I don't want to see somebody get their head smashed in the concrete or kicked or stomped while they're on the ground. I don't want to see that shit. Like I want to see the ref stop it.
Speaking of the actual fights we do like though, 299, 300. What fight are you most excited for?
Oh, bro, I'm excited. Excited for the main event of 300.
Yeah. What do you think it's going to be?
Bro, it's going to be Fedor versus Aspinall, right?
Oh my God, that would be crazy. You just made Jerky happy, that's for sure.
Isn't that what Chael Sonnen was saying? I don't know. I don't like to do too much fight speculation because then they always cancel the one you're excited about, but
yeah. Honestly, Jerky and Chad, you probably don't want to see that though, because my boy Fedor, man,
no,
that
I don't
ain't
want
a
to
good
see
matchup.
it, bro. I don't want to see it.
Maybe before, like Prime Fedor, I'm not counting now, but Aspinall right now, like, come on, man.
Don't do it.
That's scary.
I'll watch him versus somebody else, though. Like, find me another.
Aspinall Jones. Whoo! I would love that.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to see a Stipe one first, though, right?
They're not gonna want to get rid of that fight. It seems like, even though I don't want to see my boy Stipe get beat up, but that's probably what's gonna happen.
I don't want to see it either. I don't like to see it.
I'm so tired of seeing my boy John. Well, not my boy, but John beat up all my favorite fighters. But
Stipe's a hero, man. He's a firefighter. He cleans.
He needs to.
He cleans the toilet with the UFC belt on, like
crazy, man. Yeah, no, there's some crazy fights coming up. I'm definitely excited. 299, 300.
Yeah. What's the main on 299 again? I'm spacing out right now.
299 is Sean O'Malley Cheeto.
Oh yeah. I only looked at the one that's coming next. That is a good one. I looked at it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Shit, that until they put a crazy main event, that might be the better card out of the two, honestly.
Yeah.
Like 300's crazy, but 299 is insane. Like that also has Dustin Poirier on it in the co-main event. He's taking on that what's that dude's name? Freaking BSD, Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah. Easy. Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, pull that up. Yeah, MVP coming over, Kevin Holland, Gilbert Burns, JDM, Piotr Jan, Shang Yadong.
Oh yeah, Michael Venom Page out here.
Yeah,
making
that's crazy.
Stop into the UFC.
Do a bong.
That's what we've been waiting for a while. Or people have been asking for MVP in the UFC for a while.
Yeah. But they did show a picture of him today, and he was looking a little soft. I mean, he still got time before the fight. It also was weird. I'm like, I don't remember him having that huge scar in his stomach. It looked like he had a stab wound. Like, I don't know if you saw this. Like, he had this. They posted a picture of him in like the UFC uniform, and he has like this huge freaking or like a scar on his stomach.
Damn.
I was trying to pull it up, but whatever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe a
I
surgery
don't know what's
or
up
something?
with that. Maybe he already had that, but I swear it was never that exaggerated. Maybe it was the lighting. I don't know, but it looked weird. It was like it looked at least way worse than it typically was. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen MVP in some wild fights. What's that dude's skull he dented, bro?
Cyborg, yeah, that was wild.
Jeez,
that's probably the worst injury I've ever seen.
I watched that fight live, and then I just remember seeing the X-ray shots like the following day or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck? Bro?
That's why the other day when he was talking about like fighters should be suspended for their words, like talking about Strickland and stuff, I'm like, aren't you the guy who fractured a guy's skull and then threw a Pokeball at him? Come on. I
forgot about the Pokeball. Bro,
you threw a Pokeball at a guy who had his skull caved in, and you're mad at Strickland for saying words?
I mean, in his defense, he probably didn't know at the moment his skull was caved in. He probably
that's true. But you did still.
Damn, bro, that doesn't happen often in a fight. You don't often see. What?
No.
Oh, Jesus, like it sucks to think about, but fighting is wild. There's one of those things. There's gonna be all kinds of new injuries you see. Just because I think
that's probably the worst one I've ever seen. As far as like, I mean, it's your skull.
Yeah.
Like I've seen ones that looked worse because you couldn't really tell that it was something that serious. It just looked, oh wow, vicious KO. I didn't think, oh, his skull's cracked. But yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Romero landed a knee versus it Weidman? Like
that's my boy too, man.
That one you're like, oh no.
Weidman's so cool. I used to play like Call of Duty with him. He's like the nicest guy.
Yeah. Is he one of those rare UFC fighters that has a Twitch or streams on Twitch?
He used to stream a lot more. Like him and Wonderboy used to stream all the time. And I used to play COD with them. Stipe streams. I mean, Max used to come in the stream all the time.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think Max is on Kick now, maybe, or has a deal over there or something.
He might. He was on Facebook for a while, and that's why I stopped. Like, I used to be in his stream all the time, but I'm like, no offense, I'm not going over to Facebook.
Yeah,
like, it just feels weird. Like, streaming on Facebook.
Do people still do that? I think it's not. I don't know.
I don't know because I've never watched a stream on Facebook.
Yeah. I guess there's a decent amount of UFC fighters that stream, but it is like some of them here and there or in between fights. Like there's not too many super regular ones, but I know like Randy Brown and Vince Pichel and Jens Pulvera, who's retired obviously, but
yeah,
there's a lot of people. That's how I interact with some. I think that's one of the cool things about Twitch is it's just like, you could pop into Stipe's stream and he's got 50 people watching maybe, and he's like every 44 minutes or whatever, leaning over to read chat off his laptop. Oh, hey, how's it going, guy? He just gets right back to Twitter. It's kind of fun. It's one of the cool things about Twitch. Just because they're big doesn't mean they have a big stream.
I mean, it's even more so with like Vince and Randy. They have small streams, man. Like, Randy will be chilling. He's like a pretty freaking big UFC fighter, man. But then, like, his stream's starting to grow now. But like, I was watching him for like 2 years when he had like 15 people in his chat.
Yeah, he does like a little podcast on his stream. Does a couple things here and there.
Yeah, it seems like it's starting to take off.
Yeah, growing a stream is hard because it involves like a lot of stuff outside of the stream to promote it.
Yeah,
because being live on Twitch, there's millions of people live on Twitch. Like, how are they going to find you?
Yeah, exactly. It's just different. You gotta put a lot into it, man.
You click a YouTube video, it's 5-7 minutes, and it's over recommending you another one. You're in a stream for hours, and it's not really recommending you many more to watch. Like, that's one of the things.
Jerky says Randy was cooking oxtail mac and cheese the other night. That's hilarious.
Oxtail mac and cheese.
He's a cool ass dude, though. He actually has a fight this Saturday, man. Speaking of him.
Yeah, I know. We had him on the podcast
I saw
a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it's dope. Randy's cool as shit, man.
He is a cool dude. So I'm hoping he wins fighting the old King of Kung Fu.
Hell yeah. No, I actually like once I get to know these guys, like on an actual personal level, I literally get nervous watching them fight. Like when Randy's fighting, I'm nervous as shit, dude.
Yeah, I went and watched Vince fight live too. It's like,
oh, that's sick.
I was out there after, I haven't watched the stream and chatting for a while, and it's just like going to watch them live. I don't know. It's like, fuck, bro, win. And the people around me are cheering for the thing. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah. Nah, Vince is another one, man. He's super cool. He's a real one for sure. He's hilarious too, dude. Go in there. He's got the crazy mustache. He's just deep into GTA RP. He is a definition of like, you would never think that guy is like like high level veteran UFC fighter. Dude's been around for a long time. He's got a sick record. And he's like the most unassuming, dorky, normal goofball that low-key will beat the crap out of you if he wants to. He won't actually because he's like the nicest guy, and he's one of them that, like, as cool as he is, he literally interacts with his whole chat. If you go in there and say something and you're a scrambled letter, brand new account, he's going to answer you. Like,
yeah,
what other sport are you getting that? Like, no other sport where you get like a guy who's like, I mean, top 100 fighters in the world, top like 15 in his weight class. And he's interacting with a guy in the chat that he doesn't even know. Like, no other real sport you're getting that.
Yeah. And I think when I first started watching him, he's playing like the nerdy games, bro. Like you mentioned, bro, like this game called Project Zomboid. I think I played it with him.
I've seen that, yeah.
Bro, like
that's what I'm saying.
That's not a typical gamer's game. You got to be really into some shit to want to play
that's
something
how
like
know.
that.
Like,
so, like,
you're like, this guy's a UFC fighter? Like, you're a nerd, bro.
He's got
go in his chat. Yeah.
He got the driving chair set up. You ever seen him with the driving game hitting?
Yeah, no, he's into it, dude.
That's next level. I'm like, I don't know. I can't watch if you're flailing around on your screen hitting curves and stuff. That's really funny. Although it looks fun, I'm like, well, at the same time, I'm a little jealous. I don't have the setup, like, because I could just get the setup, like.
Dude, he does. He's got a nice little setup. Yeah. Shit, I like your setup though, man. I always say that every time I come in here.
I gotta make it work for YouTube videos. I can just record so much stuff, make so much content from one spot. It's nice.
Yeah, it's cool, and like. The freaking pieces, the collection is legit.
What are you talking about? That's all art. Vases. And...
the vases. That's what I'm saying. The collection of vases are sick.
I like it. I'm trying to get rid of. There's too much. I need to thin it because I'm always gonna have more stuff on the way. Right? There's always gonna be something new coming out. So I got to get rid of some stuff. There's too much. I can't use it all.
Yeah, no, it's sick though, man.
Oh man, haven't you done we're talking about fighting. Have you done any amateur? Didn't you do
Nah,
I know
not
you done grappling
MMA.
matching.
Yeah, just a lot of grappling. I mean, we had like smokers in the gym and stuff, but honestly, I thought that's what I was going to do when I first got into training. But my perspective, and I try not to go into this too much because I know I offend some of my fighter friends who think differently. My personal opinion is if I don't feel like if I don't feel like I don't think you should get into fighting unless you plan on being world champion. Because, dude, it's not a game, man. Like, if you're not 100% all in, and I knew once after a couple of years of training, I was like, I don't know if I want to get rid of all the other things I want to do in life. And if I'm not going to do that, there's a Khabib out there who will. And you're not going to make any money and be able to support my family and stuff. Because I've lived on my own since I was 16. So, I mean, I lived in the gym from like 21 to like 20. I mean, realistically, like 26. But at least like 4 of those years just sleeping on the mats, like just being there 24/7. So, I mean, but once I realized that, like, if you really, my goal changed from going to the UFC to own gyms. And like, because after like 4 or 5 years, I was like, first of all, the reality is if you're at a lower weight class, once you're like 33, you're on the downswing, man. Like 99% of the time. There is exceptions. But if it's not like light heavyweight, dude, it's speed and all that is so important and I didn't start training until I was like 19, 20. So, I knew like there's a Khabib out there and there's no money unless you're in the 1%. If you're not a world champion, if you're getting into it thinking I'm going to be the next Conor McGregor, dude, you got to stop. There's no next Conor McGregor. And if you're not Conor McGregor, you're either a world champion or you're making you better have like a wife who's going to be your sugar mama. Like,
there you go. There's
tough,
countless fighters you can look up that just didn't quite make enough money, or you can look up payouts in some cases.
And a lot of them, go ahead.
I would say they have like 8,000 show, 8,000 win for their fight, and they don't win. And it's like, you train all that, you got your ass kicked for $8,000, like, and then you got to pay your corner and taxes, and sometimes it sucks. There's so many like that just don't quite make it, and it's like they don't even find out until they get to the UFC. They're beating everybody in the regional scene, and then they go fight somebody at a higher level, and it's like, oh, this actually is crazy how good they are.
Yeah, I mean, even if those are the best examples, but even the people between that, like, the guys who should be, they've won a bunch of fights, they're still only making like. You got to think at best case scenario, you get 3 fights. Even if you're making like 30 and 30, which you're on the upper end, like, or okay, like maybe middle, maybe upper's not fair. Like middle, let's say you're making 50 and 50. So you're like right down the middle, probably. Let's be realistic. You win 2 of the fights. That's 200. That's $250K. That's before taxes, man. And a lot of these states are taxing the hell out of that. And then you got to pay your corner. Then you got to pay like travel and all that. If you're not like a main event guy, they're not paying for your travel. They're not paying for your hotel and all that. No. Like, I mean, not just the main event, but like if you're a prelim guy, like that's on your dime. So it's a lot. And I realized early on, once I was like 25, I'm like, the reality is I'm behind the fucking curve. And I'm not willing to give up every other thing that I like to do. So, and I'm not like some of these other guys, I guess they're just tougher than me in the sense of I'm not willing to do it if I can't make money. Like if I'm not going to be able to like support my family off this and stuff, then it's not going to work. So, but hey, some of the guys we've been talking about, I mean, they've found a way to like have some outside things. And like Randy, Vince, and maybe they're not like they're not like millionaires, but I mean, I think they're doing all right because I think they're both smart enough to like have some outside ventures, but it's tough,
That's true with anything. You gotta build up multiple things. Can't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. So like, even a lot of these fighters have YouTube channels. If they're not Twitch streaming, there's a lot of people making other types of content out there, or making content in general in addition to UFC fighting. There's a lot of guys just fighting out there, and that might be
most of them for sure.
If you get all that extra attention in the UFC, promote your Instagram and your YouTube and your Twitch. Just build that up while you're getting all that attention.
Yeah, to get to that level, you're training like 2 times a day on average, sometimes 3. I mean, like, because I've been around people who were just, some people got to that level, and some people who even just got good guys on the regional scene or something. And those guys are still training 2 times a day, sometimes 3. So it's like, just me doing that for like 5 years, there's people that were doing it with me and they're still doing it. So, now I like, I'm not doing these 2-a-days anymore, man. I'm trying to like, maybe I do think that once I can own my own gym and I can make it like my full-time thing, but at the end of the day, once I was like 28, I was like, I need insurance and stuff. So, I do want to like get to the point where I can, open a gym and teach and, train. Just, I don't even care to like make $1 million off it. I just want to like, if I could just pay for my, be able to sustain me and my family just to train and coach, that would be pretty sick.
No, that's a cool way to do it, like a martial arts gym type thing, fitness and martial arts. You're thinking?
Yeah, I mean it's fun, and I mean, yeah, I did that just living at the gym and doing that 24/7 for a long time, but like I said, I have a fiance now. Like, I moved and I'm a little bit further away, so I'm balancing it with a job now. But if I can get to the point down the road of like just own, because I tried to cut that line and just open a gym with a friend, and sometimes going into business with friends just does not work out. But that's another story. That's a story for another day, and I'll be here for a while on that.
No, it's it's a good place to tell it if you really want to. But
no, I mean, some of these guys from my stream at least have heard it, or a couple of these dudes. But super long story short. Shit, see, that time I actually didn't get that much. Super long story short, man, freaking going to business with friends, like, it can end bad. I opened a gym with my longtime coach and someone I was really... I tried to make sure that I was going to get a hit that time, so I overheated that one. So
you're good.
Me, Cupins.
And you're talking. The talking, actually, your vocal cords are vibrating. The vapors going to and fro. Like, the coughing is adding a whole other level. You're jumping through flaming hoops, so I commend you.
Make a wish. No, but yeah, I mean, opening a business with friends, man, it can go bad. Open a gym with a longtime coach and friend, and it definitely, ended up going super sour. Hold on, can you shut that? My bad. My fiance's letting my cat and my dog in. Oh, no, just let them both come in. Let Buddy come in.
Then he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I want to come out."
God, whatever. Yeah. Oh.
So
sorry about that.
Dang all business with friends. Look, it happens.
yeah. That's pretty much it, man. Freaking, I don't need to get into all of it, but
Yeah, I've gotten to business with friends before. It's tough. You don't need to get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a long story, I mean,
yeah. No worries. No worries, man. No worries. So what's you said you kind of took a little break and got back into smoking. You have any day where you were like, holy fuck, I got too high? Any recent?
Yeah. Wait, you talking about when I took the edibles?
I'm talking about anything recent. Like, you had any too high moments or?
Yeah, I mean, off the edibles for sure. Like I said, like smoking, it doesn't do that to me too often because I think it's just the amount I smoke. But, edibles, like I'll accidentally take too many edibles. That's definitely happened. Like recently, maybe like a week or two ago, when I went to work and ate a little too much, like in the middle of my shift, I like took a little break, ate like maybe 40 milligrams, and then I was like, I don't know why, maybe it's because I didn't eat that much, but I was gone. I had to deal with customers. I sell cars. So I had like customers in there trying to buy like $60,000-$70,000 freaking car. Like it's a serious purchase. And I'm like, how you doing? I'm Cody. What's up?
Dang.
Do you want to finance this? Are you paying with a check?
Are you fumbling any of these sales or no? Are they like, this guy's super chill, I'm going to buy a car?
Dude, the funny thing is I've never had a customer even hint at thinking that I was high or something.
Are you're not extra pushy, I guess, when you're high?
Nah, honestly,
I'm
not pushy anyways, honestly. That's just not my style, man.
It's annoying. Nobody wants it.
Yeah. That's not my style, man. I don't do that. I mean, I understand why we have a reputation for that, but it's just really not my style, man. Like, first of all, I think I get sales that that I probably wouldn't get because I genuinely just like show people what they're trying to look at, and I'm not like this freaking car right here. I'm just like, yeah, this is. Whatever, I'm not like, this is the greatest car. I just explain the freaking car, or I explain the truck, whatever, answer questions, and whatever, like, I swear that energy is more like it works for a lot of people. Whereas honestly, I feel like some of my coworkers that are more like aggressive, and then a lot of times, like I'm outselling them while I'm not being like, so
no, that's the way to do it. I think having a chill approach is better in general. You're not making anybody feel uncomfortable or obligated. They're just they did the research. They know a little bit about some stuff. People are showing up to look at a few certain things.
Exactly. Like people these days, they're going online. They're not just showing up. So like, and like everybody knows the car they're looking at. They've been doing research for months. So, like, people aren't just willy-nilly strolling in buying a car. They've been Googling that car. They know the car better than I do sometimes because they've been Googling that specific model for 3-4 months.
Does it have four-wheel drive? I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. Maybe.
Typically, I'll know stuff like that, but people will have they'll know everything. Like they will know the car. Like I'll sometimes I detect that I'm like, man, honestly, it sounds like you know the car better than I do, man.
Every it's little funny. Detail. They've been reading the spec sheet just like it's homework or something. No, that's the way to do it. So what's the best car to buy right now?
I mean, I work at Ford, so I'm gonna say it's like, nah, I'm honestly not even like that. Like, if it's I like Ford trucks. If you were getting a truck, I think Ford has the best trucks. But
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like cars, it really just depends, honestly. Like
trying to get a Ford car, like
Ford doesn't even make cars. They only make Mustangs now. That's the only
there's no
car
Focus. There's no Fusion.
No, not right now. They're not making them.
I couldn't think of any other Ford cars. Those were the only two I knew. Fiesta maybe, but like those are all the same. Dang, Ford trucks. Only Mustangs. That's the only.
Yeah,
car?
that's the only car Ford's making right now. It's crazy.
Dang.
Like, but yeah, I mean, it's funny. I never really just would have saw myself getting into that field. I just knew people who worked there, and I was like, nah, I don't think I could ever do that. And I just ended up strolling in there. I would have never in a million years thought I would get into sales or like car sales. Or I've never even been really a car guy my whole life.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know
I didn't
shit
even
about
know that
cars.
much about cars, bro. Like, I know the basics, but like when I first got there, I had crazy imposter syndrome because I was like, I don't even know cars, man.
Mm.
So like, nah, I just like go there and talk to people, and half the time, like I said, they know what they're coming to get. So it's all about like, do they fuck with you? Do they want to give you the money, or do they want to give the guy down the street? They're gonna buy the fucking Mustang regardless.
They
You
want a
know what I
Mustang.
mean?
Yeah, you know what you want. They're getting the
Or
Mustang.
like, or more often, honestly, I'm selling more like F-150s than Mustangs. So I sell like a lot of trucks for real. So
Is
people
there
are
a
coming
Ford
to get a
van?
truck. I mean, we have the Transits, like the Transit, man.
That's the big one.
There's some smaller ones too. Like there's a bunch of different sizes of them.
Yeah, I guess I don't know about cars or Fords, trucks, vans.
Yeah,
F-150s though.
yeah,
Everybody wants one of those.
yeah. I mean, as far as the truck, that's one of the Ford products that I can actually say, like, yeah. I mean, I had a Maverick, and I honestly regret getting rid of that. I actually drive a Mach-E now, so it's the electric Mustang.
Oh yeah.
I would have. That's another thing. I would have never thought I'd go electric, dude. I used to tell people when I sold cars, like, "Oh, I'm like at least 5-10 years away from going electric." But then it like became like, dude, I started driving them. They're so fun to drive. And then, I work in a dealership, so there's a charger right there. I don't have to go to gas stations. I reasoned with myself to buy something a little. I've always bought shit boxes. I've always driven like a piece of shit. And then it was the first time I was like, you know what? Well, okay, I did have a Maverick before that one, but only for like a year and a half. So until I was like 26, 27, I drove shit boxes. And then I started selling cars. I was like, oh, I can get a really good deals because I work here. I'm going to get this Maverick. And then, now it's actually a little bit before I worked there, but that was like right when I made the connection. And that's when I started working there. And I'm like, oh, there's a charger 24/7. I could just skip gas stations. I'm saving all that money on gas. That's how I reasoned myself to get something nice. I was like, dude, I'm basically losing money if I don't buy this freaking sick Mustang. I'm like, I'm giving away money, dude.
That's a crazy way to talk yourself into it. The charger at work is nice. No gas? That sounds actually crazy.
Oh, dude, like I just get to work and it's like an excuse to have like the spot right in front of the fucking building. Like we have a huge new building. Like 6 months ago, we moved to like a $17 million facility. Before we were at like a hole in the wall. It was like a tiny little baby dealership. We just moved. Like they just got this huge, nice dealership and they got the charger spot right in front. And I would have to park way back there with the rest of us, but the charger's right in front of the front door. I pulled up. I'm like, I always fuck with my coworkers. I'm like, back there with the peasants. I'm like, let me go into my
parking.
Yeah, VIP parking. I'm like, I got that VIP. Me and the GM. The GM's like, he just parks his car like right on the side of the walk, right there, just to flex his fucking Ford Raptor. He'll drive like different. Fucking piece of shit.
Funny,
and then I'm right there. Like the people above me are like parking like further back. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting my VIP.
It's an employee of the month parking.
I'm like, they're like, I'm about to go to my car. I'm like, you're gonna take the expedition, like that long journey. It's gonna be like Hobbit 4. You all the way to your car because it's a big facility. So they're walking for like 3 minutes. I'm walking out the door. Like they're literally walking for 3 minutes. I'm like, hey, enjoy Hobbit 4, the long expedition to your car. I'm going beep beep.
At least nobody can see them dabbing in their car. You're right up front on display.
No, don't worry. When I see now, like I said, I've been cutting back on my smoking at work. But typically, what I would do is I'd get to work, I'd pull into the back parking lot where the peasants park. No, I'm kidding. I need to stop saying that. Somebody's gonna pop in here for the first time and be like, "I hate this guy. Who is this guy?" But
the peasants.
I
I
parked
side with the peasants.
I would park back there with the regular coworkers, 5-6 dabs. Then I'd go in, go back out, do that a couple times, and then I'd be like, all right, now I'm gonna park up front because by that time the big wigs are gone. Now I can take my inconspicuous dab. Man, if one of y'all are watching, this is a bit. We're doing a skit, okay?
I'm doing a bit.
If one of the big wigs are watching right now, if you're one of the 250 viewers or whatever, you're sitting there. No. It's like, no. It's a bit. We pre-planned this. It's a joke. I would never.
Would never.
Yeah.
No, it happens. It happens. So, like, yeah, I've never even smoked weed before. Why would you do that? That's bad.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's
I wouldn't do
terrible.
it.
I'm just really good at the CGI work, and the people love to see it. I just do what I do. Like, I've been working on it for years. I took some classes from Michael Bay. I don't know if he taught him very well, but I took
Like
him.
in the old movies, like when they smoked that like prop weed. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, prop weed.
Hey, Cupid's chat. What would y'all do if you found out that after all these years it was actually prop weed the whole time? Cupid's never actually like. What if you got exposed? I should drop like a YouTube video, clickbait video, like exposing Cupid's and then fake evidence that you're smoking prop weed.
Do it.
Like
show like camera angles, like all right, he's showing the real weed here. Look, it goes off camera. This is where he swaps it with the balls of construction paper.
No, like, they have that prop. Like I don't know what they use, but you know what they use on like movie shoots. Or what if we found out that that's what you were smoking the whole time?
It is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Smoking weed's bad. Why would I do that?
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. Oregano.
I'm just not stuff. No, it's just marijuana. It's not weed.
That's why he never coughs.
Huh. It's CGI. You think I'd actually inhale fake weed? That doesn't even get you high?
Yeah, CBD.
No, CBD is weed.
Did you ever like take dabs of CBD? Did you ever try that?
Oh, bro, I did big ol'. When I lived in Colorado was when the big CBD wave happened. And there CBD stores popped up in Colorado. I thought it was crazy, so I went into some and I just get grams of terrible isolate with added terps and like it's terrible. I do the biggest dabs of it just to try.
Yeah, no, I tried it for a bit, but I haven't in a while.
It didn't really do nothing. I don't know. I get if I don't get it at the dispensary, like I don't get it. Like I don't really need it. It's because what is it? What do you got? Like, do we have any questions from the chat? Sometimes I ask them. Sometimes I forget to ask them, which is crazy. But if you're listening on like Spotify or YouTube right now and you don't follow on Twitch, like what are you doing? You could be getting high every day. I wanna let you know Twitch is free. What's up? Where do you buy your shirts? This is a question.
Dude, literally all my shirts come from friggin' Goodwill and like thrift stores.
Bro, same. I do that.
This was probably like $3, $2.
Because somebody with way more drip than me had too much and then they had to donate it. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
There's a Goodwill right next to my house. I walk in there every like weekday. I mean, I don't go there that often, but I've been like consecutive weeks and it's like a whole new inventory. It's insane. I'm going in there. I'm like, $3 for this? This is the greatest. I'd be losing money to not buy this shit.
Yeah, I'm burning a hole of money in my pocket right now. Oh,
I'm gonna get so many uses out of this shirt. I would be losing money to not purchase it at $3. It's an investment.
Because like if I run out of shirts, what do I do? But I could get this one for $3, and my nipples are covered. Like it's a solid shirt. This nipple coverage. I think we have your favorite type of glass and favorite method of smoking. Those are a couple of rapid fire questions. It could be a combo. Bro,
So,
like honey straws, nectar collectors. Get out of here.
yeah, I do use my nectar collector a lot. But I mean, if we're talking like a piece, just the simple bong. It's nothing crazy.
You got a beaker? What do you got?
Yeah, that's what's sitting next to me right now. Just a
Easy.
simple beaker, one per.
Easy.
But
Oh yeah, like
yeah.
I ripped off of mine. I think the single perk is the way to do it. You got good flour, you don't need a trillion percolators. I used to buy bad weed and then spend all the money on like 8 trillion percolators on a bong to try to make it better. And it's like, just get good weed. Like
That was the wave. That was the wave like 10 years ago. It's just like, I'm like, bro, I got like 17 freaking, wow.
Look at all the bubbles. This thing
I
has
got
like a
17
half gallon of water in
percolators.
it. Look at all the percolation.
My percolators have percolators right now, bro.
I got the turbine percolator and the honeycomb percolator and the barrel percolator and the shotgun percolator and the matrix percolator and the UFO percolator, and you're just like nonstop.
And then I had to put like ice in it. You're
Chilled
doing
water, ice, light it with the hemp wick.
Literally, I was on the hemp wick too.
Oh, no, dude. No, dude, it's too much, bro. It's too much. There's some people listening that are mad, but like they smoke strings, so I'm not mad. It's too much.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It does taste good. Like it does. Like I do feel like it tastes a little better, but it is like extra work.
No, I don't think so. I think it tastes worse.
Really? You don't like it?
Here's the thing. Most people will stare at you into your soul and tell you that it gets rid of the nasty butane taste and hemp wick is amazing. And they got a giant like mile of hemp wick covered in dust. And every hit they take is a dusty, combusted hit, bro. You ever seen one of those big old balls of hemp wick?
Yeah,
Dusty, bro.
I've tried it, man. I told you.
Dusty, bro. I'm funny. Some people get you get like 3 feet of it, 12 feet of it. Some people get a mile, 5 miles of it, and it's covered in dust.
It, man.
Like it's better. I'm getting rid of the butane. It's like you're smoking dusty string. I don't know how to tell you, but like it's not better. Like it's literally worse. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like either whenever you're using, like, just don't hold the lighter over for like 30 minutes, Like, just light it real quick and then you're good. Like, if you're not like,
yeah.
Just hold
Some people are lightsaber
button.
torching it for 10 minutes, like getting the glass red hot, lighting the flour on fire.
Oh, man. Yeah.
No, that's the way to do it. You ever get resin lips from a big old bong rip with ice in it, especially, or?
I mean, I haven't put ice in it in a long time, but yeah, I mean, it depends. Honestly, my fiance,
really
and my fiance likes to put this little filter thing on the mouthpiece. Like, it's actually kind of nice. It's kind of nice. He hates it. No, I
go
mean,
on. Tell me why you like it.
No, I mean, honestly, I'd never seen it until I had hit hers. All the freaking like little accessories I had seen, but that was the first time I had seen that in person. But she I don't know. I think it keeps her from like getting that, like probably exactly that, the res lips or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It really like it tricks you. It shows so much resin. When you have the little filter, it forces it through such a small space that it's definitely going to build up there. Like you're going to get a lot of buildup. But they say on their website that you're only filtering out the bad and none of the good. But like, bro, there's THC in that resin. There's terps in that filter. Like you're filtering out a lot. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't like it because they straight up lie and they're like deceitful with how they sell it. And it's like, I know that's not the way to not get resin. Yeah. And by using it, by pulling the smoke through the tiny little narrow thing, I think it just makes the smoke create more resin, where if you have it in a more spaced out inhale, it doesn't condense in one spot like that. But if you run it through a straw, like that shit will fill up. If you use like a super narrow one, that'll fill up with resin. It's because you're forcing it through a small space. And it's like they wouldn't necessarily do that inside of your lungs because it's not going to be squished through a little straw. It's very weird.
Yeah.
So I don't like how it's a little deceptive with how they. But, you know, for some people, it definitely makes it smoother. It makes it better. Some people can't hit without the filter because the smoke is just that harsh. But, like, get a vaporizer. Stop smoking string. Stop buying the filters. Just get a vaporizer. Like, stop kidding yourself.
Yeah. I do need to get a new little electric piece. I do.
Yeah, I think because you use a straw, I might send you like a link or something, or refer like the core or something that I use as a little electric dab rig. It might help you like save on your dabs, like you use less and just get more, like get a big hit off of a smaller amount and go, oh shit, it's still hitting, you know. There's expensive stuff like the Puffco that we use, but then there's other like non-expensive stuff. So maybe I'll send you just some recommendations if you're looking. I don't know what kind of stuff.
Yeah, send that to me for sure.
I've tried a lot of stuff, so like don't go out and just assume that somebody's selling you a good one because there's some shady e-rig salesmen out there. Like there's car salesmen. No,
for sure. Yeah, like those pesky car salesmen.
Like those pesky shady car salesmen trying to sell you a fucking lemon.
Yeah, no, seriously. I've heard some horror stories though, man, working there. It's crazy. Like people coming in with just like trying to trade in their like just straight lemon. I'm like, oh my God, listen, I'm so sorry, but like we literally cannot give you anything for this car. Like
it's a turd.
You got screwed. I'm sorry. Like I feel terrible. I have had to have that conversation with people.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel terrible. I'm like, literally, I can't give you anything for this car. Like,
not even
whoever sold you this is a piece of crap, man. Like,
call the cops.
I'm genuinely sorry that this happened to you.
Damn.
Yeah. That's happened like twice. It's only happened like 2 times, but there was one girl that I remember thoroughly. That was bad, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, that's fucked. There's a lot of shit people out there, especially buying cars off the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I never want to buy a car. They suck. I want cars to just I want to download one. Yeah. When can I download a car?
That would be nice. That's probably coming, man. It's gonna be Amazon soon. They're gonna put me out of a job.
There you go.
You're just gonna be like, go on Amazon. I'll take a platinum F-150. All right, it'll deliver later today. Like that's literally what it's gonna be in like 10 years. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be bad for me.
Oh shit. Well, I'm kind of high. I have to do a couple things here. Maybe we wrap this up. Do you want to play some games or something after? You want to hop on something? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. So, I'm down for whatever.
Do you want to take a moment here, plug any content you might have coming up, or anything you might be doing? I know you talked about your YouTube, but what other kind of like videos and stuff you making?
Yeah, so I mean, I do betting videos for all the MMA, like UFC cards, and then
gambling's bad, chat. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, really just, I mean, picks. You know, like a lot of the people, most of the people on there are betting. Like, you know, they're just having fun with it, like having fun making picks, just talking the fights too. I mean, even if you're not betting or picking or even that serious into picking fights, it's just, you know. People like to just talk the fights, you know. I mean, so I do like prediction videos, and then been making some other like MMA content. I mean, most of my content's MMA related. I'm trying to think of some non-MMA stuff.
Are you on an MMA podcast? You got a little.
Yeah, I just started a new one. We actually literally just started it. So it's gonna be hard to even find, telling you, because I mean, we've only done one episode.
You got it on your Twitter or something. They can.
Yeah, we just started it like 2 weeks ago. It's on my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter's CotyJitsu. Everything else is CotyDankh, but the Twitter's CotyJitsu. If you go there, you'll see it. It's a Combat Corner on YouTube, but I mean, literally, we just filmed our second episode. It's not even posted, so. We just started like 2 weeks ago. We've done it in the past. It was me, Prioxis, and Jay. I don't know if you know those guys, but we just kind of started a new thing like a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna be doing it more often because typically I just do my own thing on my YouTube.
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
that sounds
man.
interesting. Gotta check that out.
Appreciate it.
And you stream some UFC game. You do that mostly on YouTube, you said?
Yeah, I've been doing it a lot on YouTube lately. I mean, I did it on Twitch for a long time. I still never going to completely go away from Twitch. I still stream on there occasionally, but I've been doing most of my streaming and content over on YouTube. CotyDankh, same username as on here. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that I'll keep streaming on Twitch, but lately I've just been trying to grow my YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube's more, I think, more important, but it's good to have a balance of both. I think streaming ultimately is better on Twitch, but like if you're having the success on YouTube, you can always just bring it over to Twitch a little later or bring it back to Twitch. I don't know. I
think it's just because I completely BS'd on YouTube for so long. I only used Twitch for like 6 years. And then not only that, but I also I have a lot of fun like breaking down the fights, talking MMA, because that's what brought me to Twitch. Was I was like, oh crap, there's like a little niche UFC community over here. I'm gonna go over here and like talk fights with people, because it's so rare you meet people and like IRL that want to talk fights. So cool. That's how I started streaming.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I wish I found it a while ago. I kind of just started streaming and then watching fights while I was streaming, but
yeah.
Shit. Well, you want to say peace out to the chat, and then maybe we pick a game we can hop on?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah, appreciate y'all having me over here. Been a fan of the stream for a long time, but we'll have to do it again sometime. I'm down to play whatever, but yeah, I'll catch y'all another time.
Hell yeah, dude.